If people want to see how the over-racialization of everything really degrades society and crushes people's thinking, this is a story that I saw last week and I really wanted to hit on with you guys. There was a young girl by the name of Jen Angel who was murdered by a black man. And she was a lefty and a social justice warrior and everything else, and that's what her friends are. And now her friends are lobbying to free the man that murdered her. It's unbelievably extraordinary. Take a look at this clip.
Ira Burse was Angel's friend. She's one of several people calling on local authorities to pursue an alternative to traditional prosecution.
I know Jen believed that we need to address harm and create accountability that is really rooted in looking at the root causes of why harm happens.
Burse says Angel strongly disagreed with the current criminal justice system and would not want her alleged killer to go to prison.
Like locking somebody in a cage, is that really going to bring Jen back?
Instead, Burse says Angel would have liked a form of restorative justice to happen. Friends of Angel's have been working alongside the nonprofit Restore Oakland.
And restorative justice is really about healing. And healing begins with telling the truth. And our current criminal justice system robs any opportunity of truth-telling from all parties.
Just to be clear, it was the murderer who was 19 years old. I think she was in her 30s. But Peter, this story, like this, they have a dead friend, and their concern is that the perpetrator of this murder somehow not be treated poorly. Basically, should just walk out there. Like, is this not just the perfect end game of all of this nonsense?
Right. Well, 2 points on this, Dave. One is that this is further proof that progressivism is a mental disorder. And number two, I think it's what you call pathological altruism. When you have so much good intention that it goes beyond the realm of what's beneficial and becomes negative. And this seems to be a recurring theme with the left. We saw it only recently when they were talking about abortion. They wanted so much tolerance that it became a bad thing. Yes, tolerance is good. Of course it's good. But there is such a thing as too much tolerance. And finding that distinction is a fine political art. And for some reason, liberals don't seem to be able to do it. And here we are with this. They're saying, oh no, this poor man, he shouldn't be held accountable for his actions. Well, of course he should, because he's committed a crime. And there is a rule of law in America. And these are the very same people who, when George Floyd was killed, were calling for his killer to be arrested and tried and potentially killed. So not only are they deluded, but they also have inconsistent principles. It's like, I want to get all liberals together in a conference room, get them to decide on what the principles are, come out and debrief the rest of the world on it, because then we can actually move forward with the conversation. But I mean, this really is a case of pathological altruism, and it's almost exclusive to the left.
Yeah, Douglas, Jordan Peterson talks about this a lot. You've written about it. That, basically, if in your hierarchy of values you put tolerance at the top, you actually become the most intolerant person. What would you say to someone like, if you were sitting in a room with a friend trying to explain to her why perhaps this is not the best way to get justice for her friend or to solve any of these problems? How do we deprogram some of these people, or do we just have to let a certain segment of the society go?
Well, the first thing is that she obviously didn't care about her friend very much. Just obviously not. She cares about her own narcissistic self-presentation more than she does about her friend's murder. The second thing is she's obviously, the friends of this poor woman clearly don't understand the most basic point of justice, or indeed the criminal justice system. The criminal justice system is not in place in order to heal. It is not in place in order to provide some cosmic social justice. The primary purpose of imprisonment is punishment for crime.